What's up, guys? F Focus, and we back on some Tarkov. I know I've been gone for a little bit. Went on a short little vacay for the Christmas holiday season. It's that time of year again. It's Christmas time. Over here in the U.S., we decided to go north, where there was like a foot of snow, which we're not used to down here. So that was pretty cool. But I'm back, so I'm back on some Tarkov videos. It's taking me a little bit to get adjusted, but in the comments that I looked at and read while I was on vacation, I saw that a lot of people, one in particular who comments on YouTube, he's wanting a Scav tutorial. He said there's really no Scav tutorials. So I'm going to tell you guys my favorite routes and the most profitable routes on all of the maps that are out right now. Alright, so the best routes that I have found out, I'll just go ahead and say it right now, customs. The two that are off limits are woods and shoreline. Woods, you can scav in if you're playing on your PMC and you die, but your buddy wipes them out. Scav in around 11 to 13 minutes or so, and you can get in and get your gear. Fine, that's great. Shoreline, the loot's okay, but it's really not that great to scav in on. And there's not enough scavs like AI or PMCs are all scattered or dead or whatnot. It's just not the best to scav in on. Factory, the daytime factory is, in my opinion, not that great. You can get some gear off the scavs themselves, but as far as PMC loot and stuff goes, like the heavy, high-end, high-risk gear, you won't find too many of them because mostly hatcheters play factory. It sucks to say it, but it's true. When my buddy and I will go in geared on daytime factories, there's many games we kill 4 hatcheters. So again, not very good for scavs. And if you want to take nighttime, if you have a 153 and it has a flashlight on it, then that'd be great, because if you shine that into a fully geared player's eyes, you will blind them, but chances are they'll see you before you see them. So again, it's pretty much out. Customs, hands down the best map for scavs. First off, you don't even have to, you can be dead and scav in just like every other map, but even if you just want to scav in as your free gear, it's great to go in on. Whether you don't even kill any AI or PMCs, there's a lot of items and a lot of areas to loot to get a bunch of gear just that way in general, with literally little to no risk at all. And a lot of geared players run on this map as well. Even mid to like low geared players run on this map. This is like the most played map. So get on it. You can kill some people with some half-assed decked out, you know, Vepers or AKMs or any gun for that matter. Anything you pull out of the raid that you didn't previously have is obviously a win because you didn't have it. So customs, daytime, the best. Like I said, hands down, the best. You can kill so many PMCs, you can get so much loot, there's just so much that customs offers. That's the only reason why I run it, and I'll show you guys some great routes that you can take. Alright, so starting off on customs, if you spawn in as a scav, you're not going to spawn in any further west from this point on. So we call this just bridge. Anywhere on this side, whether it's to the south of Ice Cream Shop or to the north of Ice Cream Shop over there, or even in between around that area. We call it spawning by bridge because it's so close to the bridge. Like you said, you can't spawn any more west than this. So this is the starting point, or the furthest west point that you can spawn. So whenever we spawn here, this is one of the better spots to spawn, especially if it's early. Obviously I'm playing offline, but when you check the time, it'll tell you, you know, a lot of times with customs on scavs, the reason I think it's also so good is because you can spawn in anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes all the way, you know, back to 15 to 20 minutes. So if you spawn in only a couple minutes into the raid and you spawned over here by the bridge, it's perfect because you can literally set up an ambush because PMCs aren't passed yet, and if they are, they're hatcheted. So the best spot that you can do if you spawned in early on this side is to run over here to this hill. If you hadn't heard any shots yet, definitely run over here to this hill. Once you get to the hill right there, in between dorms and bus stop or new construction, you sit here and listen. Literally, it's just a waiting game. Sit on the hill and watch that furthest area this way, because you can see anybody trying to cross, and if anybody tries to come in new construction, there's going to be scavs, and you'll hear the fighting, the gunshots, and you can go there. Even if it's suppressed, you'll be able to hear them. So the best advice that I can tell you, like I said, is to wait here and literally just listen to sounds. The most rewarding games that I've had is just going to the gunshots. A lot of times when people play Scavs, they get it wrong. They try and go and loot and get to the rare spawns and stuff. But when you're a Scav, you have free gear. That's free guns and free weapons. So the best thing you can do is to try and kill another PMC and take their rewards. Let the PMCs loot and then take it. But better yet, just kill the PMCs and take all their gear. So a really good way, if you're here, I'll tell you guys all the paths. I'm going to try and make this short, but there's a lot of stuff to cover for Scavs. If you hear shooting at new construction, and you can catch it early enough, even if you spawn in one of the further spawns back, whether it's gas station, sniper scav, or anywhere back there, convenience store, checkpoint, you can still push up. I always recommend is if you spawn far back there, push up to this area in between dorms and bus stop, or even on that hill as fast as you can. And once you get up here, and you hear gunshots in checkpoint, like I said, try and catch it early enough. There will be Scavs here. They'll come from bus stop, they'll come from everywhere to set up an ambush, and you can either, you have a couple choices. You can play aggressive, or you can play passive. If you decide to play passive, which is one of the safer approaches, but the harder approaches, you will literally just sit here with the Scavs. Players will push down through here, and you can kill them while the Scavs attack them. Kind of hide out of sight. A really good way to sit is to sit down right here. You can get the first shot off, but wait until they get close enough, because you won't have any optics for the Scavs to shoot at them. It'll spook them, and it'll get them in a stasis standpoint. So a lot of times if they're shooting at the Scavs, PMCs will just stop and start shooting at them, and that's when you line up the headshot. But at the same time, a lot of PMCs know there's Scavs up here for ambushes, and they'll push a different approach. So if you want to play aggressive, push in from this area. If you see Scavs, you know they haven't pushed out. Push in from this area. See them. Maybe shoot at them a couple times, or just shoot and spook them, so they know where the shots came from, and then circle around and push back. Sit them on a flank. Now this can go for many different approaches. This can literally, it's almost better to push in from the far west side to start of new construction and shoot, and then push around this way, because if you shoot this area, chances are they're either going to do two things mainly. This is the most two things. Some players will rush you, but most of the time they'll sit there and watch Ninja and jump it, or just stand up on top, or hold a position inside new construction, or they'll push toward the Scavs. And if they do that, you can just stay outside the fence and wait for them. And obviously when you hear the Scav shots, yada yada, you know, etc. on that. That's how you push new construction when you're a Scav, the safest and most rewarding approach. Now, dorms is a little bit more tricky, because it's a lot harder to come up from behind or make the situation out to be what you want it to be, but it can be done. There are going to be a lot of Scavs, especially on bus stop area and on second story, pushing into main dorms if that's where they decide to be. These doors will be open, or if they've closed them, you obviously know, you've played PMCs and whatnot before. So the easiest approach I've found is to not come in this way, but to kind of peek this area. If they're not up on the balcony, which a lot of people have been avoiding, you can actually sneak in through the front door. Once you get into the front door, this is your holding grounds. A lot of Scavs will be trapped on these doors when they're open, or just be pushing up through the front door, just like this is. So you can literally hold an angle down on this side. I found it to be really good to hold this angle right here, because a lot of times when a player comes down, they check this door first. They'll immediately turn right and check this area, so you have a free shot on them to the left. You can even go as far as to come way back here and lay down to make yourself less visible. It's really hard to see back there. It doesn't seem like it, but it is actually really hard to see. You come down, you can see him, but you're never really looking. When you come down, most PMCs will check right and then check left really quick, but they only check to about right here. They obviously are looking down this whole way, but they only see the close-up points. They don't really see the fine details on the further gaps. So if they are holding a position, you can run up. Second floor is really hard to kind of push, because they can hold so many angles. So if you can't avoid it, avoid second floor. But third floor is pretty easy. This little wardrobe here gives you the perfect amount of cover. Never come out like this, because they can see your gun. So always walk out sideways and just slowly peek your head out. You can see them right here, but you're still far enough by the wardrobe that they can't really see you. Maybe they can shoot your elbow, but you'll know they can't just get a one shot and kill you. And if there's nobody there, run really fast. A lot of times I'll kind of run at this angle right here as I'm checking like that, and I'll see if somebody's there. And then you can choose to push it however way you decide to push it. But that's the best way to take dorms, in my opinion. You can just go Rambo, but just keep in mind, the slower you walk, the more time they have to set up a stationary point to watch for an ambush or to get out of there. So when you're a scav, since it's such a low, high risk reward, then you want to push it as fast as you possibly can. So again, two-story is pretty much similar. The only thing that I've found is pushing through the front door in two-story is kind of difficult, and it's almost a suicide. So try and push up this fire escape right here. In my opinion, it works out the best. Now, this is another really good point that you want to try and make a focal point when you're a scav, and even when you're PMCs. This is just an all-around tip, but especially if you're a scav. If you hear gunshots kind of at the end toward new construction, it's really hard to push that kind of the ambush way I said, because you're going to be running into the PMC, so it's very, very difficult. My buddy Tyler and I, Salty Tyler, we killed so many people pushing outside new construction with our PMCs and with our scavs. This hill right here is my go-to point whenever I play customs. I mean, it is the go-to point for me. Whether I'm a scav that spawns over there or even over here, a lot of times I'll push up and I'll sit right here because you can see new construction so well. If people are trying to push out, a lot of people, they don't just run straight outside new construction because there was a bunch of scavs down the road right there and in bus stops. So scavs are aimbotting and everybody knows that. So they try and avoid it as much as possible. So they usually tend to hide behind the wall or the vehicle right there, or even go up on top of the rail here, and they scout the area out like they're supposed to. But this gives you time to set up an ambush on them. You can choose to go to overpass with the other scavs and set up an ambush if nobody's pushed over there, or you can choose to set up a little flank and just run back into the wood lines and just kind of backtrack a little bit and set up alongside that wall inside the bushes, and you can see them push out the big opening. It's one of the best approaches, and most people don't see it coming. It's super easy to kill somebody on the flank like that. But really that covers the whole furthermost west side when you're a scav, and the biggest loot points of it. Those are where your most of your action's going to be, leading up to this point right here. I don't know why PMCs still do it. Maybe it's just because they're lower level, but PMCs love to run on top of overpass, and it blows my mind. This is a death point right here, and it's been a death point for a while, and it's not going to change. People come up here. Scavs will literally sit in this bush. A lot of scavs will literally just sit right here. 2, 3 scavs sometimes. Scavs will sit over there, and even on this other side over here. They set up an ambush. Coming to overpass is a death sentence, like I said. But PMC still, they love to do it, and they do it. So right here, always check this. If you're shooting at bus stop and they're pushing forward, just wait at overpass. Use your scavs to an advantage. Don't be a little fuckhead, a scav player that kills another scav player, like up in the corner right now. Bam. Look at this guy. He tried to wait inside the gas station and kill me. He's being a little fuckboy. A scav just sitting there with a grok, trying to be a little fuckhead, and I end up killing him with a 209. It's cancer, man. Use your scav teammates as an ally and set up an army and kill those fuckhead PMCs that you want the gear on anyway. Now it's fair game. If they kill them, great, they should get the loot. But a lot of times, if you're with a scav player, a couple scav players, and you drop a PMC that's fully geared, it's pretty much going to be an all-out brawl. Nobody's just going to let you come up and loot that gear and leave unless you're a nice guy. It's just not going to happen. So if that's the case, kill the other scav players. Easy. But I mean, until you kill the PMC, don't be a fuckhead. Try not to kill the scav players. We're trying to make this game great again, like Trump. So wait on the overpass. A lot of times I'll try to flank around far and come up back through that wall right there and come up behind him and kill him, because a lot of people will just lay prone and you can just headshot him. It's super easy. Now I'm gonna show you guys a couple shortcuts that a lot of people do not know about. First off, if factory is not open, which I'm going to open it just for the sake of it, but if it's not open and you're on this side and you want to jump over it's a harder jump to get used to, and I never jump it, but it is a jump that can be done. So if you want to know how, just come here and get on this rock right here, and you can and I just fucking butchered it. You can actually jump right on that rock. You know what? I'm gonna try one more time, and then I'm just gonna back out of it. There you go. You can jump over right there. It's super easy jump. Your strength doesn't need to really be high at all, and you can get over. Now, on the flip side of that, if you spawned over here on gas station somewhere, or you know down there, you want to rush up here, the safest way, and factory is not open. Come to this car right here and jump the porta potties. It's such a good way. Even if people on overpass, you can kind of peek them and kill them pretty easy. Your strength can be level 0 to do this, and just jump over. It's the easiest approach if factory is not open, and it's probably the least, you know, risky way. Checkpoint. There could be scav players that are going to kill you. There could be some PMCs pushing this back wall, you know, with minimal gear or even good gear and kill you. So you want to jump this way, and then again you can use this as a median checkpoint almost, and just kind of set somewhere out of sight and listen for gunshots in front of you or behind you, and you can choose where to push from there. Those are the best approaches, and that's really all that I have for checkpoint, because the other ones are kind of self-explanatory, and there's really no way to avoid them. If you're gonna push through checkpoint right here, there's no good way to go about it, unless you can get outside the small opening right here and rush back around this way and then flank if they decide to be pushing through the woods or so, which is the best way to push for a PMC. You push over here, scavs are deadly, and other PMCs can easily kill you. So try and push out and around. Or if you can, push out through the big opening and jump that little barricade and try and go wrap around that way, and you may run into him head first or just kind of set up an ambush. But if you really want the best reward with little risk, literally just camp these openings, man. It's such an easy thing to do. I mean, you can sit here and listen for the sound here, or you just lay like this. People jump it, pop, 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 they're dead, you know. And obviously it depends on what gun you have. If you see a dead scav, loot it and take it, man. People can't take every scav gun they kill, and I can promise you a Saiga up close is going to be better than a Grok. So, again, guys, that about does it. Thanks for watching, obviously, on the video. And I'm going to show some clips of just in the last week since I've been back, the last couple days, that I've gotten on some great scav runs, so I hope you guys enjoy that, man. Did you just check the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm behind. Yeah, I'm gonna do something real quick. Unload some ammo. Oh, new construction?
Yeah.
Coming. Did you already jump it or no?
I just did.
Oh, I see you did. You gave me so many pistol mags for my garage.
Yeah, I know. I always drop my vest. I guess I need to switch real quick. Oh, I see them. They're coming down this way right now. You saw me?
He saw you?
He saw me. Yeah, he saw me. He's next to the wall by the trucks. He's just crouched looking over here.
I see him. He's got a partner behind him.
I know, they're geared too. Should reposition. What was that? That was weird.
I'm in the bushes. Someone's already ditched their vest here.
That's me.
Oh, you ditched it?
Yeah.
Oh, he's on the overpass.
He's on top? Oh, I see him.
Oh, he's geared. He's running toward you. He's at the train cars now.
What's that, what's he using?
AKM.
There's no contesting that, not with this piece of shit gun. I had to get closer.
I killed him. I fucking killed him.
Nice.
Oh, SKS is what it was.
Oh. I was wondering why we shooting so slow. headshot him?
Fuck no, I just bodied him a million times.
He's probably wearing soft armor. That's funny.
Oh yeah, he was.
He's mad.
Now I just gotta live.
Yeah, I always dump my vest just in case I want to grab something else real quick.
Yeah, that's smart. I'll go ahead and show you guys. I kind of spawned in an alright spot. There's a lot of shooting going on over here, kind of by checkpoint area, so we're gonna rush it. It could just be scav on scav, which you don't really want. Try and avoid killing your scav partners, because you can use the AI as an ambush, but sometimes the AI players will just shoot at you. There's not much you can do about it. I'm just gonna remember. So the biggest thing with being a scav is you want to be a ninja. That's it, dude. Okay. Woo, boys. There you go. Being a ninja's all you need to do, boys. Holy fuck. He had just found this M4 too. Dub, he must have found it in a room or something. Oh boy. See? That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do, my friends. Oh, my stash is a mess. I've been working on leveling my